right, you guys, we're going to go ahead and go through the answers here. And we're going to work with the worksheet that you guys filled out, starting with question 1. So if you guys can all please go back. I know that you guys are probably busy right now punching out those last 2 questions. But if you guys can go back, we'll have a little bit of a discussion on that. So I don't have my worksheet with me, so you guys are going to have to let me know what the question is, what you put down as your answer. All right, so question number 1. Let's see, Dakota, can you let me know what the question is and what you put down for your answer?
Question 1 is, what is health, and is your health always the same? And I said health is a combination of physical, mental, and social well-being. Your health is not always the same. Your health can change if you're sick, overweight, underweight, experience trauma, and other things that basically affect you physically and mentally.
Excellent answer, right. Talked about physical, social, and mental, and the connection between all 3. That's important. And then your health is always changing. It's never constant. Once a year, we have to go in and get our get a health screening done. So, we have to get like our blood pressure checked. And then they actually take a sample of our blood, and then they look at different things within that. One of the things that they look at is cholesterol. I'm sure you guys have heard the term cholesterol before, right? So there's 2 types of cholesterol. We'll keep this real simple. You've got your good cholesterol and your bad cholesterol. Your good cholesterol will improve if you eat healthy foods and exercise. Your bad cholesterol will go up if you eat a lot of fried foods and a lot of sugary foods, like processed foods, like candy, soda, donuts, cakes, things like that. Well, when I got my results back, my good cholesterol was great. Like my good cholesterol was great, but my bad cholesterol was actually a little high. Okay? It wasn't that way 5 years ago for me. Okay, I'm 38 years old now. 5 years ago, nothing was too high. So I have to take action, right? So I had a little bit of a discussion with the doctor, and I said, well, what should I do? And the doctor basically just said, you got to eat less sugar. So I'm like, man, I got to cut back a little bit on really high sugary foods like candy bars, ice cream, soda, all the kinds of foods that really taste good. That's an example of how your body, your health is always changing. And we talked yesterday about how you guys are young. So you guys kind of get your health for free in a lot of ways. Like your body is pretty much set, everything should be running well because you're young. But as you get older and you go throughout life, the chances of something going wrong increase if you don't make healthy lifestyle choices. And that's what we got to kind of understand, is that our physical health, even our mental health, is not the same, right? How many times do you ever wake up in the morning and you're just not feeling like you want to go through a day, right? That happens to all of us. We also wake up some mornings and we're like, yeah, I can't wait for today. I get to see my friends, or I'm excited, right? Just think about like with this, shutdown that happened in March, and now even the difference in school, right? How many people, does that affect mentally? Like not being able to get within 6 feet of people, having to wear masks. Raise your hand if that affects you mentally a little bit. It does, right? And I think we can have a positive attitude about it, and it can affect us less mentally, but it affects some people at least. Maybe not everybody, but it does affect some people's mental health and well-being. And we have to kind of look at it and say, okay, what can we do that can kind of bring us back? For example, if you're like a soccer player and you can't play soccer this fall, right? What can you do now to get that exercise? You might not be able to play soccer, but you can go for a hike, or you can ride your bike, or you can go for a jog or run or whatever, right? So you have to think of something else to do to fill in that time. And that's something that, again, lifestyle choices, right? So again, it's that connection between your physical, social, and mental well-being. Very important. Good job. All right, number 2, Daniel, can you read that one and tell me what you put down? Is it number 3 on the sheet?
Yeah.
Okay, number 3. Yep.
What is wellness? What are the 3 key areas of wellness? And I put wellness is an overall state of well-being or total health. And 3 key areas of wellness are lifelong commitment to physical, mental, emotional, and social health.
Very good. So wellness is kind of the new term now that we use to describe health, right? And wellness, as you said, is a connection between your physical, mental, and social health. And the key thing with wellness is that everything, your physical and your mental, have this connection. How many people have ever gotten stressed out before? All of us, right? Does that affect your body? What happens when you get stressed out? How does it affect your body? Right? Yep.
You won't be able to do some things as good. Like if you're stressed out before a soccer game, you won't be able to play as best as you could.
Yeah, it can affect your performance in sports, right? Think about like the immediate physical response. So like when you get stressed out, you start to shake a little bit. Your heart rate goes up. You start to sweat. Your muscles get tense, right? Your body has a reaction to stress. What actually starts stress? Okay, a thought. A thought actually starts stress. It's not, right? Your mind, your brain reacts to something that it perceives as threatening, and it has that reaction. Okay? Your physical, what goes on in your physical body can have a huge difference in your mental and vice versa. Think about how many of you have ever had to go through like an injury before. Think about how that affects your mental, right? That can affect your mental health. And one of the things that we want us to do is we have control over that. We can not let it affect our mental health if we take certain actions, but it can become harder, right? It can become harder. Are you finding, Thomas, like since you're not in school today, is that affecting your mood at all? Take your response. There we go.
Yeah, it's a little weird, especially because I can't come back till September 4th.
Okay.
So yeah, it's affecting my mood.
But you can make the best of it, right? You can join your classes remotely and participate and still learn and
Yeah.
Still connect with your friends on social media and stuff, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like we live in a nice time today where we have this technology. Had this happened 10 years ago, we would have all been doomed because no one would have been able to connect remotely, just 10 years ago. I mean, remember my first year teaching, I actually used a handwritten grade book that tells you guys how old I am. I didn't even use a computer grade book. I wrote down all the grades on a piece of paper. And then pulled a little calculator and punched them out at the end. So when a student said, "What's my grade?" that was a big deal. I had to sit down and take like 5 minutes to calculate their grade. Number 3, what'd you put for number 3, Ryan?
Why is the question was why is it important to take responsibility for your health? And I said it can increase your longevity as lifespan.
Okay, good. Her question, again, the question was, why is it important to take our responsibility for our health? Because it can increase our longevity and lifespan. Yes, it can increase our life expectancy. But what's the other big thing why we want to be healthy? Why do we want to be healthy? Is it just life expectancy? What do you think, Daniel? Makes you a better person. How?
If you have better physical health, your body will feel better about yourself. If you have better social health, you'll always be with your friends, you'll always be happy.
Good. Yeah, you'll good physical health, having lots of energy, staying positive, that's huge, right? Think about like a lot of people that are negative. Why are they negative? We oftentimes don't think about that, right? Like people that are like angry all the time. Why are they angry all the time? What do you think? Yep.
Maybe because things like aren't really going their way. They really have like a hard time.
Things aren't going their way, sure. Yep.
Is that bad social health?
They have bad social health, sure. Well, yep. Yeah, you guys know exactly what you guys have all said is right on. Reason why people get angry quick is usually because they're highly stressed, they're not controlling the stress well, and they're not getting enough sleep. Those two things will trigger people to get angry. I look at an angry person and I actually feel sorry for them. like a lot of people just want to avoid them. I actually want to help them because they're angry for a reason. What's the reason why they're angry all the time, right? Why are they in a bad mood all the time? There's something going on there. We're not genetically meant to be in a bad mood all the time. We're not genetically meant to be stressed out all the time. That's not in our genes. An angry person doesn't have that in their genes, that they're angry. That's because of other things that's going on. And we talk about like why being healthy. A huge part of that, you guys, is quality of life. Right? What's the number one goal that most people want to do? Right? You guys have heard of like the idea that we need like safety first, and then we need like food and shelter, and then we need like to feel good about ourselves, and we need like relationships. But what's the very top goal is most people want to reach their full potential in life, whatever that is, right? We want to reach our full potential. The only way you're going to reach your full potential is if you're healthy. Because it doesn't matter how much money a person has, if they don't have their health, they're not going to have a very good quality of life. You can have all the money in the world, but if you don't have your health, you're not going to have very good quality of life. It's not just about life expectancy and how long you live, it's about the quality of life that you have. Right? I think it'd be cool to be in your 70s and be doing stuff actively. You know, or on the other way, it would be, you know, if you're in your 40s or 50s and you can't do a lot because you're relying on all this medication and stuff, that's going to make life less exciting. You know what I mean? So what can we do to give ourselves the best chance of being healthy, to kind of stack the deck in our favor? And that's why we want to make really good choices when it comes to our health. All right, let's go to question 4. I think, Michael, we're on to you.
Why is health education important and really good? I said health education is very important for students. For without it, they wouldn't know about how important it is to take care of their bodies. And right now, so health education is there to be good healthy because that is what it's able to do. If you want to get healthy, you'll have to look at it.
Very good. So health education is important because you have to know what the research says on ways to stack the deck in your favor. How should we exercise? What types of food should we eat? How do we control stress? We have to know that, right? It doesn't guarantee good health, though, because you have to make the decisions. You have to actually, as we say, like walk the walk, not just do the talk, right? You have to actually make those decisions for yourself. Okay? Just knowing what to do isn't enough. It's actually about applying it. Okay, I had a doctor when I was a little kid. I had really bad asthma, and I had to go into a doctor for asthma. And it was, you know, I had to go in about once a month. And my asthma doctor died of a heart attack in his mid-50s. Now, he was an asthma doctor, and what part of the body do asthma doctors work on? The lungs, right? And you know what he did? He did the number one cause of chronic disease, which is, smoking. Smoked a pack of cigarettes a day. He was an asthma doctor. Knew all about the lungs. Knew the number one thing that causes the lungs not to function properly, which is cigarette smoking. And he smoked. Died in his mid-50s of a heart attack. Right? So just knowing stuff isn't enough. It's about actually applying. And that's why health education is so important. And it's never ending. Like when you know something about health, there's always more to learn. Okay, and the goal is not just to give you information and memorize it. The goal is to make you guys lifelong learners so that you can understand reading when you guys read articles, or you can understand things that you see on TV, or things that you hear about, or you can participate in a discussion related to health. That's the goal with this. Good. All right, next question, Riley. Okay, you can just name a few. Very good. So getting enough sleep, right? 9 hours a night. Managing stress, having positive relationships, exercising regularly, eating lots of fruits and vegetables, getting your health screenings, all that kind of stuff are ways that we can stack the deck in our favor. Absolutely. Very good. All right, let's go to Dakota. Next question.
Did we do number 5?
What was that?
Why is health education?
Yeah, we did. I think we're on to 6.
Yeah, she did 6.
Okay. Did we do them all?
What is
Oh.
health
Well, health literacy. Okay. Go ahead, Dakota, with that one.
Health literacy refers to a person's capacity to learn about and understand basic health information and services, and use these resources to help to promote their health and wellness. A health literate person needs to know how to access resources from home, school, and the community that provide valid health information.
Very good. Health literacy is basically, as you said, having the capacity to learn more information about health. What I kind of just went over, being able to participate in discussions, know the big terms, know about the body, know the basics of nutrition and exercise, so that you can expand on that. That's what health literacy is all about. Good. Was that the last question, or do we got a couple more?
2.
Okay, so the 2 writing ones, I'll have you guys do that on your own. 75 words at least. And then you guys will submit that into the Google assignment for your homework turn in. And then your remote work is going to be the 7-minute scientific workout. TJ, obviously you won't do that because of your, because, you know, if you're not feeling well. But, you know, you don't have to do the workout then. But if you guys can and you're feeling well, you know, you can do the 7-minute scientific workout. And then write in the comment section how it made you feel physically and mentally. Make sense?
I already did that.
Oh, you did that already?
Yeah.
Did you do the workout?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, just, you know, if you're not feeling well, you don't want to, you know, just
Okay.
be careful with that. But yeah, that's the remote part for this
All right.
week. Yep, and then you guys can turn it in. So the bell's going to ring, I think, in a minute here. You guys have a great weekend.
What do you want us to put the books?
Just put the books back one at a time. Have a great weekend, TJ.